that felt really, really good, that did. And I think those other two folding fat tyre bikes, they're gonna have their work cut out if they want to beat this. This is the Vitilan i7 Pro. I never tried the number one, but this has got a bigger battery. In there is a 20 amp hour battery up from 16 amp hours. So the range has gone up, but more about that later. It's a nice looking fat tyre folding e-bike, and it's got some stiff competition because the best folder of 2022, the Engine Pro, has had an upgrade, and the PVY Z20 Plus 1000, my best folder of 2023, is still out there, and it's still a great bike. Is this going to match up? Now let's get right in there with a trip up Sandy Lane and the hill climb. 80 Newton meters of torque apparently. So let's go. 3, 2, 1, go. So I've got high hopes for this. 48 volts, 750 watts, peaks at 1,200 watts, which is the same as that sequel of the bike I was talking about earlier. If you want to know, just ask in the comments. Starting to slow down, but it's had a very, very good start, especially for a single motored 1,000-ish watt bike. And we haven't dropped below 16 yet, so that is good. And we're nearly at the top already. And across the line. Lovely. I feel like that's going to be the best time of the single hub motorbikes.
And the Vitilan i7 Pro conquers Sandy Lane in 51 seconds, a full 13 seconds faster than the PVY Z20 Plus 1000 and nearly 20 seconds faster than the old Engine Pro. We're yet to take the new Engine Pro up the hill, but we will soon, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that. But until then, the i7 Pro is the fastest of the fat tyre folders up the hill, only beaten by bikes that peak well over 2,000 watts and are quite a bit more expensive.
That felt really, really good, that did. And I think those other two folding fat tyre bikes, they're gonna have their work cut out if they want to beat this.
That 80 Newton meters of torque is also evident when you're riding the bike on the flat. It does accelerate well, and be careful when you increase the pedal assist because you really can feel the difference.
Jolts you forward, this does. Like some electric bikes around the 1,000 watt range, 750, you kind of pull the accelerator or pedal assist and it kind of eases you in. This kind of pushes you forward. Pedal assist for it. Whoa! I felt that. That's nice, that. Zam helmet, by the way. Ex Nito. Like the back, like the front. Inbuilt cap thing. Quite like it. Right. I felt 4 as well. Every time. It's looking good for the Vitilan i7 Pro. It might sound like an Intel processor, but now it sounds like a bloody fast bike. So how fast does it go though? Because it's got the 8-speed Shimano Altus gears, which are really nice gears, and I love the gear selectors on these compared to the lower ones, which are on the PVY Z20 1000. So let's see how fast it can go under pedaling. Right, 30. So again, it's a 30-mile-an-hour e-bike, so not bad at all. It cruises really well at 28 miles per hour. So I'm not helping. I'm just pedaling to get the motor going. 28. 28's meant to be the top speed, and it's kind of, yeah, it's kind of stopping at 28. Not really wanting to get over it. Of course, if you're in the UK, you might want to limit the speed assist to 15.5 and possibly get rid of the throttle. However, I don't think anyone's going to get into trouble with the throttle as long as you're being nice and sensible and not zooming around everywhere without any regard for human lives. Of course, with great speed comes great brakes, hopefully. Does this have good brakes? Well, it does have the Logan hydraulic disc brakes with some nice big 180mm discs. This is going to be very, very impressive. This tree, we're about 20. Whoa, wow, bloody hell, that was shocking. It's like literally there, that tree. Did a bit of an endo as well. Amazing grip, and of course you'd expect that from hydraulic brakes. Logan hydraulic brakes, so they're very good hydraulic brakes. So one of the best braking distances I've ever seen on any bike, actually. That was really impressive.
So it's great with power, but what if you ever did run out of battery? Would those fat tyres leave you pretty much stranded with a heavy lump of folded metal?
Let's motor up this with no power. Feels good, this bike, for some reason. Yeah, this is weird, this. Fat tyre e-bikes are not meant to feel this good under no power. It feels nice. I feel like I could pedal this around. Not mega fast, but you know, over 10 miles an hour for quite a while. We haven't spoke about any drawbacks yet. I haven't even mentioned the price, but there are links in the description if you're one of those people that don't watch the entire video. If you use those links in the description to check this out, it does help the channel. But don't go just yet. You really need to stay for the whole video because there might be something wrong with the bike that I haven't told you about yet. Also, you'll find out why I'm wearing these glasses. I'm not trying to be cool. It's because my eyes are red because of hay fever. I'll show you them if you stick around till the end. So now we've seen that crazy performance, let's see what comes in the box, because this comes with quite a few cool little extras.
Now, although the bike was well padded inside, the box itself was severely lacking in those plastic things that hold the box together. Not only do they help keep the box closed, you can use them to pick up the box. Unfortunately, without those plastic tied things, I could barely carry the box, and when I tried to use the hand grips, the cardboard just ripped out. Not a good box to carry if you have no friends.
In the box we've got pedals, toolkit, free mobile phone holder, free lock, instruction manual, 3-amp charger. Vitilan have got some brownie points back because there doesn't appear to be that much to do. The wheels are on, the saddle's on, mud guards are on, rear rack's on. Nice one. It also comes with a rear rack, 25 kilogram max capacity, and they do also sell a rear rack bag, which I haven't got, but that does look nice, and it's about 90 quid, but I'm sure you could put any old bag on there if you wanted to. The computer is a nice LED screen. I believe that the one before this had an LCD screen, so that was black and white. This is colour, and it's got this cool purple stuff going on, really like that. The hand grips are lovely too. They've got those kind of wings that rest your palms. They spread the surface area basically, and if they don't have that, it can, especially if you put a lot of weight on your hands, it can over time hurt your palms, your hands, if you've got delicate hands like me. It's got dual suspension. The dual suspension is very nice, and it's adjustable, but
For the i7 Pro, Vitilan haven't bothered with a preload adjuster, which is usually meant to adjust the travel on the front suspension, but in practice never seems to do much on budget bikes. Instead, they've opted to use a springiness adjuster, which allows you to totally lock out the suspension. And on the left is a cap that, when removed, reveals a valve like you'd see on a tyre, which allows you to add or remove air from the front suspension.
Talking about quality control, there's a bit of a big scratch on the front, quite a nasty big scratch. But other than that, everything else seems absolutely fine. Now the stand is nice and chunky, and it is adjustable by adjusting the screw around the back. It's got a front light and a rear light. The rear light is a brake light, and it's also got indicators. Generally, as long as you're not going to be riding through the woods, it's more about people being able to see you than you being able to see outwards. It hasn't got a bell, it's got a buzzer. It's all right. Now, in terms of weight, the website has been quoted as a net weight of 37 and a gross weight of 47. I'm not really sure about that because they're not usually 47 kilograms. And the battery weight is about 6 kilograms, and obviously that's a 10 kilogram discrepancy. So let's have a look when you pick it up, because I shouldn't be able to just pick it up if it's 47. Ugh. I mean, it is noticeably heavy. Bloody hell. Ugh. So it could be 47. But 37 is pretty heavy, and when you're on it, it doesn't feel heavy, which is great. But it's not the kind of bike you're going to want to be taking upstairs, which is lucky because the battery is removable. So if you do have some sort of garage, you can always charge it in the garage if you're able to, or you can always take the battery out. You take the battery out when you fold it. So let's have a look at folding it now. Undo this clip and then crack it open. Now I noticed that is very, very creaky. Put the stand away. Right, and it's got that metal thing it lands on. Oh yeah, I always forget to move the pedals. Then the handlebars can come down. Press the latch, pull that down, they go down. And then the pedals themselves can fold as well by simply pushing it and then bending it in. And there it is. Now, I'll be honest, when that pedal's not there, it doesn't actually stand up very well. So creaky. These heavy fat tire e-bikes, when you fold them, they're not folding so you can get them on a train. They're more like so you can store them in the corner of a garage or something. So if you're using it regularly, you probably don't want to fold it all the time anyway. Putting it back together is just the reverse. Bring it around. It's always a bit awkward. And there you go. So if you just want the battery, you can kind of just crack it open like that. There's a key here, so that makes the lock go in. And then when you take the key out, because the key's keeping it in as well, you can pull out a very large Vitilan branded 20 amp hour 48 volt battery. And I'm happy to say that you can remove the key like that and the battery's locked in, but without the key, the bike will not start. Because sometimes you need to lock your bike up and you can't take the battery with you. I will say, if you can take the battery with you, always try to take the battery with you. It's a bit awkward to get because you've got to unfold it. It's a bit cumbersome. It's not like one where you can just pop it off the top. But it is very doable, just not as doable as some other bikes. Now it is quite adjustable. It's got a quick release saddle, so you can put it to a maximum of here. They reckon the bike is suitable for 5'5", which I definitely agree with, up to 6'3". And that's quite high, but you can also do the handlebars. They go quite high as well to there. So suddenly it looks, I'm 5'9", quite a big bike. I could ride it like that. I feel like a child.
Now, it's fair to say that a lot of these folding fat tyre e-bikes look very similar, but this one has some subtle differences that set it apart. The wiring on this type is usually external and can be a little messy, so it's nice to see that Vitilan have kept it as tidy as possible. The mag wheels look great as they're Bafang branded, letting people know that they haven't just used any old no-name motor to push the bike along. But one thing I would have loved to complete the look would be the option to switch the foldable handlebars to BMX style handlebars, which not only look better but also offer greater control at the expense of less foldability.
So the question is, which folding fat tyre bike do you get? If you've seen some of my other videos, you might know that I love both of the others. I discount now the Engine Pro 1 because it's been superseded. The PVY Z20 1000, very, very good bike. It's a bit cheaper than this, but this has got probably better range, even though their website is quoted to have a better range. This bike has got more capacity on the battery and it just feels smoother. Not only that, it's got the Altus 8-speed gears, whereas the PVY has got the standard Tawny 7-speed. The 7-speed are not as good as helping out. So if you wanted to help out, if you're willing to do a bit of help, these gears are more able to do that. So I reckon, despite what the website says, this will have a better range. Other than that, everything else is pretty much equal. They both come with mud guards and stuff like that. By the way, these are plastic mud guards, which I actually secretly prefer. Metal ones are probably better, but I just like the look of the plastic ones and that they're not creaking all the time. So if you're unsure though, you can check out the review of the PVY Z20 1000. Obviously the other elephant in the room is the Engine Pro 2, which I haven't tried yet, but Engwe are going to send it. It's a bit more expensive than this though, only a bit more expensive. This is like 1,250, that is 1,300. Obviously again, links below. There might be discount codes, so check those out as well. But looking at the specs of the Engwe Engine Pro 2, the capacity of that one doesn't seem to be as big as this one. That one's a 52 volt bike, but it's got way fewer watt hours, and they both peak at 1,200 watts, and they've both got 750 watt motors. So that one will be on the channel soon. But until then, this is probably the best, tentatively, the best folding fat tyre e-bike you can get at the moment, and that I've tried at least. It's a nice, smooth and powerful folding fat tyre e-bike, and probably the best of 2024 so far.
This bike is in the rather striking colour known as army green, but if that isn't to your taste, it does also come in black and white. If you use the code e-VRC50, then you will save an extra £50 off the price.
So that was the Vitilan i7 Pro 2, which isn't an Intel processor. It's a very, very nice folding fat tyre e-bike, and it's definitely worth your consideration if that's what you're after. Links down below, as always. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up, please. If you didn't, don't feel like you can't put a thumbs down. You can do that if you want. And until next time, oh yeah, I said I'd reveal my hay figure eyes. Ride safe. It's red eye, not pink eye.